Today's video takes you into some of the most breathtaking wild encounters ever caught on camera, from a heart-stopping face-off with the lion, nature's ultimate killing machine, to broad daylight ambush, brutal bear battles that went from almost victorious to absolute disaster, and fearless dogs going head-to-head with dangerous wild animals. These are the most shocking wildlife encounters ever recorded.
Welcome to the Discovery Era channel.
Thousands of salmon begin the final journey of their lives, battling upstream to return to the place where they were born to spawn and die. It's a sacred mission written into every beat of their hearts. And it's the moment a clan of grizzly bears has waited for all year. After months of hunger, they now stand ready in the icy current, where the river runs red with fish.
One mother bear has waited through the long winter. She's not alone, her cub stands beside her. But hunger presses hard, and instinct begins to outweigh even maternal bonds.
The bears hold their ground like statues, waiting for the perfect moment. With explosive speed, they strike, claws flash, jaws snap, water erupts. Some salmon are caught mid-air, but hundreds more push forward, leaping past danger with relentless determination. They don't stop, even as death surrounds them. In the wild, survival is earned, not given. Nature is harsh, but it always leaves a path for those with the strength, instinct, and will to swim against the current.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No.
Why fear
no,
lions
no.
when you have the heart of one?
I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe
This dog had no intention of backing down, and he made it clear he wasn't here to play.
You'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope, a nope, nope, a nope. Probably never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Oh no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, no, no.
Who knew little terriers could be the best guard dogs?
Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all
That little
work
dog
out.
probably had one thing on its
Until
mind:
then.
no fear. Meanwhile, the Highland cows were like, who even is this guy?
It's Hazel, like. Oh my god, it's going after the baby. It's going after the baby.
In the heart of the untamed wild, a massive bear emerges, a towering beast, roaring with fury, ready to assert its dominance. But this time, it's not alone. From the forest, a pack of wolves closes in, silent, strategic, and completely unfazed. They don't run. They don't flinch. They stand their ground, together. In this wild animal encounter, the bear charges with fury, but the wolves strike back fast, knocking it off balance with sharp, precise bites. Outnumbered and overwhelmed, the giant retreats. It's an incredible moment, not just a fight, but a raw lesson in survival. In the wild, strategy beats strength, and in the end, teamwork wins. What began as a peaceful morning by the lake near the Many Glacier Hotel, with nothing but a gentle breeze and birdsong, suddenly became the stage for a life-or-death standoff. A mother deer, who had recently lost one of her fawns, now stood silently, watchful and alert, guarding the two she had left. And then the beast appeared. Step by step, the grizzly moved closer. Every movement was deliberate. No rush, no sound, but its eyes were locked on the target. It recognized the scent of a family it had hunted before. And today, it had come back to finish what it started. There was nowhere to run, no options left, but the doe didn't back down. In the remote Lamar Valley of Yellowstone, one of the wildest frontiers on Earth, a silent battle for survival is about to unfold. The Junction Butte wolf pack has just taken down a hard-earned kill after a grueling hunt. But before they can enjoy the fruits of their labor, an unexpected intruder appears, a young grizzly bear. With quiet confidence, it approaches and claims the carcass, feasting for hours as the wolves watch helplessly. But the story doesn't end there. What follows is a fierce confrontation, a clash of strategy, nerve, and raw instinct between some of nature's most elite predators. In the end, strength prevails. A much larger grizzly arrives, overpowering the young bear and forcing both it and the wolf back to its feet. Now, wolves are left alone once more, standing quietly in the heart of a snow-covered valley, where victory belongs only to the strongest. When danger strikes, no one stands braver than a loyal dog.
The bear showed up uninvited, and the dog responded like a bouncer at closing time. No hesitation, just pure get out of here energy. This cougar thought it was the hunter. Turns out it was the one getting chased off the property.
In the cold, shallow waters of a remote mountain lake, a bull elk struggles to cross, unaware that a black bear is silently closing in behind it. Suddenly, the bear launches a surprise attack from the rear, sending the elk into a frenzy. It thrashes through the murky water in a desperate attempt to escape, but the bear is far too strong. With a burst of power, it pins the elk midstream, giving it no chance to fight back. Every bite is deliberate, every move precise, a chilling display of the black bear's natural hunting instinct. The entire struggle lasts only seconds, but it captures the brutal essence of survival in the wild, where there's no room for hesitation, and a single mistake can mean the end. The river pride just hit the jackpot, a rare feast, the carcass of a hippo washed up on the riverbank. But they're not the only ones eyeing the prize. Crocodiles are lurking nearby, their hungry eyes locked on the scene. Unfortunately for them, the male lion has no intention of sharing today. This lion set its sights on an unexpected target, a parked Chevrolet Camaro in the middle of the wild. At first, it was harmless curiosity, but that didn't last long. With every second, its interest shifted into something more serious, a predator's focus. The driver, tense and motionless, slowly tried to ease the car forward, hoping to break the lion's gaze. But once you're in a lion's sights, getting out isn't so easy. Thinking it could outsmart the lion, the wildebeest hid in the tall grass until a pair of golden eyes locked onto it. In one of the most intense wild animal encounters ever witnessed, visitors at Mala Mala Reserve, South Africa, captured an incredible moment. A lone leopard made a fatal mistake by wandering into lion territory. One adult lion could have ended the story, but this wasn't one. It was a pride of 10 apex predators, one unlucky intruder. The leopard's chances of survival? 0.
He's jumped out of this tree now.
Lesson to remember. Danger. Do not touch the lion. The man glanced at the warning, but ignored it. Watching the trainer stroke the lion with curiosity, he was inspired to try being a trainer himself. With a mix of excitement and confidence, he reached out to pet and tamed the lion, but the next moment, the lion turned and attacked him. He ran out of the cage, his face pale with fear. Capture, not everything. Expertise is no joke. That's scary.
With a chilling stare, the lion wasn't just watching the tourists. It was calculating its next move and maybe its next meal. A 420-pound male lion stood just inches from the windshield, and one powerful swipe could have turned glass into shards. But in a twist of luck, the beast got distracted and walked away. He thought it would be a peaceful morning coffee until he found himself in a wild lion encounter. Just beyond the flimsy fence stood a hungry lion staring straight at him. And when the beast realized it was being watched, its reaction was something no one could ever forget.
Let's just say it speaks louder than any roar.
Inside Savannah Private Game Reserve, two powerful wild animals dominant male lions have formed a fragile alliance. It's a partnership built on tension, not trust. And when wild animals like these try to share power, chaos is never far. One wrong move, one misread signal, and violence can erupt in an instant. These lions stumbled upon a rare opportunity, a crocodile out of water. Vulnerable and exposed, the reptile stood no chance. Surrounded on all sides with no escape in sight, the lions moved in fast. And in less than 5 minutes, the River King was reduced to prey. A wandering bear steps into wolf territory, unaware it's about to face one of nature's most powerful forces, the instinct to protect. Led by the alpha female, the pack quickly surrounds and confronts the intruder. Despite being much smaller, not a single wolf backs down, because behind them are pups that must be defended. The standoff lasts only minutes, but it's a powerful reminder. In the wild, true courage isn't measured by strength, but by what you're willing to fight for. As the first light of morning crept through the valley, a dramatic scene unfolded. A massive bull moose was swimming across the Yellowstone River, with none other than Grizzly 791 in pursuit. The moose swung its antlers at the bear, trying to drive it back. A fierce struggle erupted between the two giants, a raw display of survival instinct from prey refusing to surrender. But the grizzly's sheer power and endurance quickly turned the tide within minutes, overpowering the moose midstream. Yet the story didn't end there. Grizzly 791 dragged the moose's body through the racing waters, each step slow but unyielding. It was a moment of pure primal wilderness, where instinct, strength, and will collided in a brutal fight for survival. While the man slept, a herd moved into attack, but his brave dog stood guard and drove them back just in time.
हाँ छोड़ दे ਹੁਣ ਆਇਆ ਨਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਅਸਲ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੋਂ ਛੱਡ ਦੇ
On the steep cliffs of the Rocky Mountains, a young grizzly, just 2 years old, begins its first solo hunt. Alone and hungry, it moves through the wild, driven more by instinct and experience. While crossing the field region, the filmmaker's wife spots a rare sight, a mature mountain goat, calmly standing on rocky ground, wrapped in a thick coat not yet shed for summer. young grizzly creeps forward. Inexperienced and unsure, it moves more by instinct than skill. Its eyes lock onto the goat. Wrapped in a thick two-layer coat not yet shed for summer, the goat doesn't run. It stands its ground firm, alert, confident on the rocky terrain it's mastered over the years. The encounter is brief. The bear, still green and hesitant, lacks the courage to attack. The goat, ever watchful but unshaken, slowly turns and disappears behind a nearby boulder. No clash, no chase. And in that quiet moment, nature offers a quiet lesson. Not every encounter ends in violence. For the young and untested, survival sometimes begins with restraint. But not every story ends in silence. Deep within the thick forest, a panicked deer darts between the trees, and behind it, a black bear charges forward, focused and relentless, yet without a single roar. No warning, no sound, just the pounding rhythm of instinct echoing through the woods. The deer pushes forward, trying desperately to escape, but crashes into a tree and collapses. From the shadows, the bear emerges, moving slowly, deliberately, with cold precision. The hunt ends not with brute force, but with silent, calculated intent. Across the frozen north, the great caribou migration surges to life, thousands of hooves pounding over snow-covered plains. But in the shadows, a grizzly waits. For the bear, this isn't just a hunt, it's survival. It watches, silent and still, eyes locked on the herd. Then it sees weakness, a young caribou struggling to keep pace. With explosive force, the bear charges. But on flat ground, speed favors the caribou. Fierce clash between brute strength and quick reflexes. The wind howls past, shrubs blur in a rush, and then in a flash, the caribou disappears back into the safety of the herd. The bear fails, but the hunt isn't over. Summer has just begun. In the wild, hunger isn't always rewarded, but the will to survive never stops. On a dusty trail in Ranthambore National Park, a sloth bear ambled along, calm and unaware that danger was closing in. Behind it, a tiger crept forward, watching at first, but quickly narrowing the distance. Sensing something was wrong, the bear suddenly turned. It didn't run. It stood its ground. Caught off guard, the tiger hesitated and backed off. But the bear wasn't done. It let out a fierce roar and charged, sending a clear message. The tiger retreated toward a companion nearby, but as the bear kept advancing, both tigers backed away. Their dominance faded, replaced by caution. The bear paused, rose on its hind legs, and let out one final roar to mark its ground. Then calmly, it turned and walked away. No fight, no blood, just presence. Sometimes, sheer determination is enough to protect peace. High on a wind-blown plateau, a mother puma makes her move. Not just out of hunger, but because of the tiny eyes watching her from behind. Her 3 cubs, starving and waiting for their first real meal. She's thin, worn down by scarcity, but her eyes burn with a single purpose: to feed her young. Standing in her way is a guanaco massive, alert, like a fortress of flesh and bone. But the puma doesn't back down. Behind her is hope, bloodline, the reason she survives. She launches like a living arrow, slicing through the brittle grass. Her eyes lock onto the prey's neck, the only weakness. This isn't just strength, it's a gamble between instinct and desperation. Seconds decide everything, while her cubs watch from afar. Hunt fails. The guanaco escapes. She collapses, gasping in the cold mountain wind. Her cubs quietly gather beside her. No cries, no complaints, just silent encouragement. Out here, in this harsh frozen land, it's not claws or muscle that earn respect. It's the sheer resilience of a mother. And sometimes, that alone is enough to make the wild stand still.